Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach before the game. His running back is getting better each and every week. He is devastating in the red zone, top 5 in the country in rushing touchdowns, and they believe he deserves to be in the Heisman conversation. Each and every week, he is showing the country why he is one of the best backs in the nation. I'll keep you posted if he's able to keep up this productivity, and the Heisman talk gets louder and louder today. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. On the ground, it's Hill. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And to keep this opening drive going, they'll need to convert 3rd and 1. Tight end now in motion. Turns into the pile. Crosses the 45. Still running at the 40. Racing down the left side. And he scores! Touchdown, Crimson Tide! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he knows how to finish in style, a 66-yarder to the house. Coming out with it, it's Craver. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The short hands, it's Craver. He's forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A good pickup to give this offense some operating room.
And I think one of the secret sauces from a year ago for A&M was Craver and Concepcion. They were the best 1-2 punch in college football as far as playmaking receivers. Guys that could catch it short and take it long. Now you bring in Horton, who comes over from Alabama. This receiving core now, can they continue to grow? Can the passing game get better, Palmer, and take that next step?
Well, the good news is you still got Marcel Reed throwing the football, right? A guy with tons of experience and a guy who's made a lot of big plays throughout his career. So you bring in Horton, who comes over for Alabama, big physical guy who can make plays down the field. Craver can take a hitch route.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Back to the ground game on the left. Pulled to the ground.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They'll try to move the chains on third down from their own 20. Motion from the wide receiver. Got it, looking for the first down. Breaks into the open. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown time. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And the extra point splits the uprights. On the return, it's Craver. Couldn't find room for the big play. He'll be stopped after a short return. It's a coverage unit right on top of it. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
That's caught. It's Craver. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Hits inside. It's Edwards. Got a little grass. The 50. Inside the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Aggies! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finished it with a 74-yard touchdown run. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Tide offense rolls onto the field. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Using his legs and skill. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves. And they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just
turning on the Jets. Inside the 30. Smashes through the tackle. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. The give to the left. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They give it back to him. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down.
And that's a gut punch, especially if you're the offensive coordinator, because that was sort of a foreign look, the pre-snap motion, a timing play, trying to get the receiver the football quickly. You're expecting to outflank the defense, but give the defense a ton of credit. They made the bigger play, and now they've set you up in a 4th down. Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking for a gap. It's Edwards. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. Foundation of Aggie football built on toughness like that, running it like John David Crow back in the day.
And those Texas people are tough and rugged, and they wear their great outfits that you love to watch. But these Aggies, I think they're at their best when they got great running backs. And you've seen Spiller and A-Chain in recent history finding those game breakers, those game busters that can make big plays.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. To the ground, he's got it again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Reed. Left side, it's Johnson. Makes his man miss. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the 1st down. That's what tight ends are supposed to do, just have people bouncing off them like spitballs off a battleship.
And when you're a defense, you got to understand, we got to swarm to the football because these big dudes, they break tackles and they can get loose if we're not tackling with multiple guys. Nice effort by the big fella.
On 3rd down, they're in the gun. It's Reed. Finds him out of the backfield. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Well, quarterback had nowhere to go with it deep down in the field, so he found his back, just hoping he could maybe make something happen with it, but the defense rallied, made a nice tackle, setting up 4th down.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break, and we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Fourth down, Reed. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now and the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. That defensive end came off the ball with one goal in mind, and he was headed for the quarterback.
And when you get off that fast and you're already on an edge as a 4-3 defensive end, a lot of times all you got to do is win with your hands and you can get to the quarterback. Nice job rushing the passer. Nice technique. Nice job working around the corner. And nice job getting that quarterback and getting the sack.
Back's got it on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong, only called on twice in the victory last week. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Out wide right, it's Johnson. He's out across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and execution continues to be key.
I know he's got the height and the weight of a tight end, but man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
Scanning the field, it's Reed. Release to the back. Catch in the middle, it's Edwards. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Free yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Straight ahead, it's Edwards. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. I want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
On the gun, on third down, it's Marcel Reed. He's got it. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches. From the red zone, it's Edwards.
after the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Wide receiver comes in motion. Throwing, Reed. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Touchdown, Aggies. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I like this offense not panicking, executing on this drive, and driving down the field and tying this football game up. I love the no panic, just stay chill, and now we got ourselves a football game.
And he made the extra point without problem. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. That 14-point lead is gone, and now they'll try to get back on top with a scoring drive here. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Right. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Russell on play action. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Quarterback changing the play. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. They get to him as he throws. That's caught. It's Rodgers. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Using his legs, it's Hill. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Keelan Russell. Finds his man. It's Rodgers. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Crimson Tide move the sticks through the air. Let's see if they go back to it here. They'll try it over the left side. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Throwing Russell. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Quarterback signaling to his guys. From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. It's caught downfield. He's loose. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Here's Reed to throw. Finds his target.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. To the air. It's Reed. Oh, pressure's coming. Gets rid of it.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. Threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision making.
Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Deafening noise. Reed trying to cut through it. And the Heat gets there. And they get it down at the 14-yard line. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Russell. Shoots it to the left. Makes a connection. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
That didn't take long. I mean, they started off this drive with great field position, and that's critical for this football team because of the players they have offensively. If you can get them the ball back at that area of the field, it takes one play, like what you just saw, and all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door now in the red zone looking for 6.
Looking for a man. It's Russell. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection, and that time the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Keelan Russell. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. He's knocked down short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. We start with the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on the number 4 team, the Oklahoma Sooners. And it's the Bulldogs in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win. Let's now check in on some top 25 battles today, as the landscape in this sport is truly ever-changing.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Out wide left, it's Horton. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. We saw it on that last play.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. In the gun, third down, Reed. Hauls it in. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Play fake, Marcel Reed. On the move. He's going to run it. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
And that's really a lot of what we saw in the first half by this defense. We knew coming into the football game, man, this guy's got dynamite. Like, he's got the explosive ability to make plays, throwing the football and running. And kudos to this defense. They've been dialed in, locked in, not giving up the big plays on the ground, understanding he's a threat, and playing him like that.
RPO complete. Fighting off the defender. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Reed rushes on. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Dropping back, it's Reed. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Texas A&M. He got it right inside the pylon. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And they finished things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing Russell. Fires quickly. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. To the air, it's Russell. The screen, he can go. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Line getting set on 2nd down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Running behind that left side. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Powers inside. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And that's got to be so frustrating for this defense. Man, he's already over 100 yards. Like, they're going to continue to feature him, especially on third down. And so far, this defense, they can't find the answer. They can't get him to the ground. They've got to find something to slow this dude down.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Wide receiver going in motion. Rolls right. He's going to take off. Quarterback gets the first down. Wide open on the right. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown, at least for now.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous, chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
And that is a big-time play. We might go back and circle that one, man. Like, this game is so close. It gets back and forth, right? Like, it can go any direction. Those are the type plays, man. The catch is there to be made. The offense could make it, but the physicality of the defense in the end zone to prevent that big touchdown.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bama! The AT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Craver. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Reed. They'll run the screen. Gets away from one. Finds some space. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They go play action with Russell. Buying a little time to his left. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, if I'm the offensive line, I got to do a better job initially protecting my quarterback. And then once he scrambles out to that pocket, he starts to go to the left, I got to stick with the play because then he gets whacked at the end of the play. And instead of helping my quarterback up, I got to make sure I protect him a lot better moving forward.
Second and long here. Trying the left side. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
Russell from the gun on third down. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a fourth down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a first down in the red zone. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. To work with a first down in the final period. Motion from the wideout. They're going to go right back to him on first down. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback keeps it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical in the line of scrimmage by this offense.
So now the opportunity to take the lead with a first and goal here. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, TFL. Now you got a big second down. You're probably expecting the offense to throw with a little bit more room to work with.
They put the brakes on it.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
From the gun on third down, Reed. Extending the play. He wants it all. Touchdown, Aggies. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
And the extra point was good. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide ready to roll on offense. So now they take over. This momentum has been completely taken away from them, but still an opportunity to put together a late drive. He'll try the left side. Driven back.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Under pressure. He'll try to do it himself. Gets away from one, finds room. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you can tell he takes advantage of it.
Fires to the tight end. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Russell. finds his tight end. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Making the adjustment. To the air, it's Russell. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Again, it's Russell. They're all over it. Another incompletion on third down.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Look out! He's got it. First down and more. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that fourth down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Touchdown, Alabama! They've got the lead here in the fourth. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. He'll bring it out. It's Craver. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. They just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Gonna take a shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on.
Well, these two have linked up for multiple touchdowns in this game. They had the look they liked. They're licking their chops, taking a shot down the field. We haven't seen too many incompletions when these guys have been trying to play throw and catch.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Throwing Reed. Gets it to the back. Crosses the 30. At the 40, there he goes. Makes the catch, and he's free. Rolled into enemy territory and all the way to the 44-yard line.
What a play call in a 2-minute situation. They find the shot opportunity, and they take advantage of it, flipping the field. They've now put themselves in a chance to come back and win this thing.
They use the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it first and 10 just outside the 40. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. From the gun, it's Edwards. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Right side, it's Bussey. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. The pitch to the left. Fine. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Aggies! And they've moved out front here in the 4th. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and now 18 on the season.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Keelan Russell makes the grab on the left.
And you're seeing why this guy is on the field during 2-minute situations. He can catch the football and make things happen. Nobody open downfield. You just dump it down to him and let the guy go to work, pick up a huge play, and help this offense get in position to win the game.
Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. It's caught. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Motion from the back. To the air, it's Russell. Unloads to the wideout. That pass is incomplete.
And I like it. Very smart defense, understanding the clock, understanding they're going to try to push the ball down the field. Great job playing deep, breaking on the football, making sure that receiver doesn't catch it. Smart IQ defense.
Long way to go on 2nd down. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Russell on play action. He's got it.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Throwing Russell. Rush right in his face. Caught. He gets it to the 34-yard line, but excellent 3rd down defense, and 4th down's coming up. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Time is their enemy. It's running out on them. Down 4, they'll go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Converts on 4th down. Still going. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Russell. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And obviously that wasn't a great play for this offense, but the defense did their job. They flushed him outside the pocket. But nothing worse than getting tackling in bounds or throwing it for a 4-yard gain, letting that clock tick. Nice job throwing it away, saving as much time as you can.
Back to throw, it's Russell. Here comes the heat. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Trying to take it back. Crosses midfield. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Aggies. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like